Hey there, Steve here. Hope you're doing well. Back with another video. At the start of this year I set myself some goals for YouTube, and that was to hit 20k subscribers, get 1 million views and try and get to 100 videos before the end of the year. Well, I'm delighted to say that I did hit over the 20k mark last month, and a couple of days ago I just hit the 1 million views, which is, I mean, that's great. I can't believe I ever get 1 million views. I never thought anybody would want to listen to me that much. So thank you very much for that. And I'm almost at 100. I'm on 80 something. So what I thought is, as it's coming down to Christmas, I'm going to try and put out as many videos as I can before Christmas. So I might have a video out each day, depends how I get on. But if the content starts to lack somewhat, then I'll probably stop doing that. But I've just set myself a little challenge, and it's best time of the year for the ad revenue as well. So maybe I can get myself a cheeky little Christmas gift, some gear or something for the channel. And so I've been brainstorming some ideas today whilst having some coffee. The first idea I come up with was let's look at two-hand tapping, and I want to separate this into two lessons. So the first lesson we're going to look at our dominant hand, this is our fretting hand, and in a later video we'll look at our our picking hand, our non-dominant hand there. So I've come up with a few exercises, and these are great for beginner exercises if you're just getting into learning how to do two-hand tapping. And I've come up with one that's also a bit more musical, so it's not so boring to practice as well. And these exercises will double up as warm-up routines as well for tapping if you want to do that. So the first exercise I have is going to be a chromatic one, and it's starting from the 3rd fret, and it's just basically going to walk up 4 frets on each string. Just going to grab my headphones so I can hear all the nuances and stuff in the playing, so bear with me a second. Okay, so the first exercise is like this. Sounds pretty boring, right? But it's a good way for strengthening the finger independence. So you want to aim for getting the same volume basically from each tap that you're doing. And you want to make sure none of the strings are ringing. Well, best control this anyway. So you can use your index finger here as you go along as kind of a mute. So if you don't do that, then you're going to have like unwanted string ring, you see, that way. And practice it like that first for that exercise, and then as you become more comfortable with it, try it legato style. So like that. And then the next one is like this, so it goes 3, 5, 4, 6 across each string basically. And then the last one goes 3, 6, 4, 5. But I didn't include any descending in the exercises there. You can throw that in if you want to. It's just solely as like kind of an introduction into this kind of thing. And I recommend using a metronome. But if you're like me, when I'm plodding along and practicing along to a metronome, I start to feel a bit drowsy. I think it's just the repetition and rhythm, right? So at that point usually I'll stop and take a little break, or it may be an indication of that you've maybe mastered it at that speed somewhat, so try and up the tempo a little bit there. But if you like me also, if those kind of exercises get a little tedious too quickly, I like to start practicing, but making it more musical. So this time you're practicing some theory maybe along with the actual technique itself. So I've come up with an arpeggio idea, and it's based around the C major 7 to an A minor 7, G dominant 7, and F major 7, back to a C major 7 again. very common popular chord progression there. So this one, I'll fire up the metronome so I can play along with that one. So you can see the example first. So yeah, that exercise I'd say is a little bit more musical, and it holds your attention a bit more when practicing. But like I did in the example, so play it as like staccato notes like that first, hammering on each note to try and to play as cleanly as possible and try and get the volumes as even as possible too there. And then as you become more confident with it, then start to play it as a legato style. Again, like the first exercises, you know, take them slow first and build up the speed. But if you find yourself getting tired again, like I said, feeling drowsy I should say, sorry, then take a short break, or perhaps take up the metronome a bit to wake you up anyway. So so last thing I'd leave you with is it's important to obviously you know, get this technique mastered if you're interested in playing like that, but also it's the next step, which is very important as well, is to make it musical, you know, make it, you know, move somebody, you know, give some emotion to it, you know. Something more a turn off to me anyway when you're listening to some just like random tapping stuff that, you know, doesn't emote any feelings or just doesn't really go anywhere, right? You know, some of the best tapping, it can be quite simplistic as long as it's you know, making us feel something and is captivating us. Then I argue that that's the, you know, the kind of thing that we're going for, right? There's no point, what's the saying, there's no point just making something overcomplicated for the sake of it, right? To show off, basically. So try and keep that in mind. That's what I've been trying to keep in mind recently whilst making stuff, is not to get swept into the crowd of just trying to play as fast as possible and losing all the feeling from the playing. So hopefully I have another video for you soon, working on our non-dominant hand and how we can start, you know, tapping with that one. And hopefully then I'll have a video on how you can start to you know, combine the two. Yeah, so thank you for watching this video. The tabs will be over on my website, and as always, thank you for watching, and I will hopefully see you tomorrow or again soon. Goodbye.